All right, we're out working again in the shop. You can see my shop dog Stella there. Put her nose in the wind. It's been pretty breezy today and blustery. And look at, this is what nature blew in a couple times. I did a video on this truck about a month ago when it came in. Did a bunch of work on it and the customer wanted to do more. So it was really, really a rotten truck. And it has great history, but this thing was not fit for the road and was rotting under a tree for a good portion of 30 years. And it's pretty rough. A lot of parts came as a basket case. I did a couple of videos on the brakes, finally got them sorted out. I should mention it is a 1974 Ford Courier, same as like a Mazda B1800, I believe, and maybe other makes or models. I don't know if Australia use these as utes and call them something different. It's possible. I hope you can hear me with the wind. It's really blustery, like I said. This is a 74 Ford Courier that's being resurrected by my customer. He's done a great job. He's brought the paint back. He's hand rubbed everything. There is some rust issues. He bed coated the bed or line X'd the bed himself. Reupholstered the seat. This big plush white vinyl, not plush but pleated. Repainted the floor mat, got the dash cracks out. You can see he bonded over them. They look pretty good. He's put a lot of effort in this thing, and my job was to get it mechanically sorted, and I've done a pretty good job of that. It has fought me all the way. New seals in the doors, that's why they don't shut real tight. New tires, new shocks. I was going to give it back to the customer. We filled it up full of gas, and it turned out the whole top of the tank had rusted away. In other words, organic debris fell down between the crack in the back of the cab, between the bed, and it piled up on top of the gas tank. Pine needles and pine cones and leaves, and it rusted out the top of the tank. So when we filled the tank, fluid just came out. And then had some issues with the sending unit, broke off all the screws because they were rusted. It's just been one thing after another. But we've got it. It still has some patina. You can see a branch fell on the tree at one point in time. It's got a little bit of rust from just being an old truck. I got the wipers working. I got the engine running good. I got the brakes sorted out, and Stella wants to go for a drive. I don't think so, sweetie. Not today. It is a 4-speed. And if you look closely at the dash gauges there, I'm hoping they work. Let me turn the key just to see. Oh yeah, for a while there they weren't working. So the oil light is here. This is the parking brake light. We have our turn signals left and right. We have our horn here, and we have a manual choke. And of course this truck takes unleaded fuel. That was a big deal back in 1974. We have no AC, just simple controls, an AM radio, a lighter, and you can see our fuel gauge is working. Yes, that makes me very happy. Temperature gauge appears to be working too. I just pulled it out of the shop. We're going to turn this off for now. We're going to pop the hood. It's a reverse style hood. In other words, the hood hinges at the front. And we're going to take a look at this 1800cc Wonder. Oh, what do we got? A bunch of emission controls. You can see this is all part of the air pump system. There's one part that's not right. If I hook this up, the idle's not good. It has a glass float bowl. Oh, I think this hose is supposed to go there. I got to fix that too. So see the glass float bowl? I was going to shake the truck a little bit so you can see. You can very visually check your float level of the carburetor. It's a 2-barrel carburetor. It's an 1800cc engine. The battery is almost bigger than the engine. We have our wiper motor in a bag, and the fuse box has been completely rebuilt. This is something from Radio Shack. I've got to find a cover to keep this protected. That's one thing I have to do. Manual brakes, manual steering, no AC, no airbags, manual everything. I think it does have a fan clutch. Yeah, it does have a fan clutch, which is pretty cool. Points, ignition. Let's go to the other side here. external regulator for the alternator, manual clutch, of course. I believe that part is hydraulic, but it is a manual transmission. We have our build sticker, made in Japan. This is our distribution block for the brakes. This thing has been a lot of work, but you know what? I think it's ready for a test drive. It has been a tremendous amount of work. Some of the stuff is just painstaking. As you well know, I like to delve into the details and make it right, and it's not right until it's right. And this is one of those things. So we're gonna drive it. Let's do that. I forgot to mention this thing has been off the road since 1978, so it was only used for like 4 years. That makes no sense to me, why you would only drive a truck for 4 years and it sat for whatever, 35. We're missing the piece of trim that goes here. I guess that's really hard to find. Bumper's a little bent, but it's a good, oh, you're not supposed to be in there, Stella. But since you're in there, looks like you want to go for a drive. That's what we're gonna do. It feels really good to come to a point where you think you've completed a major project. That's where I'm at today. I feel very satisfied. However, I'm not satisfied with my dog just jumping into a customer's vehicle. I don't like her to do that because she sheds, but she's so darn cute. How could you resist? She wants to go for a ride, so yeah, I think it'll be okay. All right, so we're in the cockpit of this 1974 Ford Courier. Here's our lights. How do you turn the four-way flasher? Not sure how that works. Hazard. There's a way you can move this. Oh, it's here. There's a little button on the side here. It turns on our four-way flashers. I thought this was movable. So we are going to, what is that? I forget what that is. Is that the wipers? Fan motor? I don't know. Should fire right up. It does. And we're going to put it in first gear. Got an ashtray. We've got a glove box with an extra glove box. Oh, extra fuses. I think the customer's been having some issues. Well, let's take it for a drive. All our gauges are working. Clutch engages very smooth. Brake pedal, I'd like to see the brake pedal a little higher, but I have bled the heck out of it. I cannot figure out if there's an air bubble someplace. Speedometer is working. Looks like we've got, oh, a quarter tank of gas. Runs really nice. Brakes do work, just the pedal is a little, not soft, but it's a little low. So we'll make sure there's no cars coming this way, and there's not. Let's get this thing up to speed. Second gear. Sounds good. Revs up pretty good. Third gear. It's picking up. And we're going to go for fourth gear. Nice round truck. Okay, we're going to turn our turn signals on. And we're going to go through the park here. So we're going to see if there's any squirrels that want to be chased. I doubt it. Really a good round truck. I'm liking it. I think the customer's going to like it too. Okay, we're going to have to wait for some traffic here, and we'll click back on in a second. We're off and rolling. Second gear. There we go. Third gear. Once you can feel that second barrel kick in, it kind of scoots right along. It's kind of nice. Fourth gear for cruising. Yeah, these trucks were really popular back in the day. See why. Again, we got manual steering, manual brakes, manual transmission, no airbags, no safety concerns. barely has seat belts. No crash bumpers, no rollover protection, no driver's pretensioners. What do you think, Stella? Is that okay with you? Really great little truck. Let's get out and walk around one more time. Come on. Yeah, I'm going to be happy and sad to see this one go. It's been a lot of work. I spent a lot of time on it. I think job well done, and it's time for a pat on the back. This thing's going to go back to its customer, and I think it's going to live a new life in a different part of the state, which will be great. See this little green truck driving down the road? Give the guy a wave, will you? Deserves it. Glad when customers save stuff like this. It's pretty cool.